the chat. Welcome, Mike. Good to have you here. Hey, Miss T, welcome to this chat. If you're just joining here, I'm Dave Knapp, man of the Mounjaro. That's why I'm here. You are on the pen. That's why you're here, and we're all here to talk about the medications we're on. We're here to talk about Ozempic, Wegovy, Saxenda, Victoza, Trulicity. We're here to talk about Tirzepatide, dulaglutide, semaglutide, all the utides. That's what we do on this channel. And when I do these live streams, we just come on, we simply share our journey. The beauty of what we have here is a community of a lot of people who are doing the same thing that we are, experiencing the same thing we are, so nobody has to feel alone in their struggle, in their side effects. We just talk through them here about what we're all doing, and we share information, and most importantly, we arm you with appropriate information to have really informed conversations with our medical team. So that's what we do here. I'm not a medical provider. I am a guy on TikTok and YouTube, but I'm just facilitating conversation. Holy smokes, a whale. That was super cool, Stacy. Thank you for sending the gift of the whale. Hey, Miss Tatman's double dipping. She's on TikTok and YouTube. Welcome, YouTube, to the live stream. Thank you for being here. I'm Dave Knapp, man of the Mounjaro, and we're going to start talking about our journey. Craig had to get off Mounjaro because of the coupon. I had to move to Ozempic. Don't feel as good as I did when I was on Mounjaro. That is something that people notice, is they feel a little bit more of the side effects for whatever reason on semaglutide versus Mounjaro, which is Tirzepatide. That is normal. Make sure you're prioritizing protein and make sure that you're getting plenty of electrolytes. I don't know, was that Stacy who sent the whale over there? I didn't want to make sure that I thank you for that. That was very cool. I've never seen that before. That was awesome. So thank you for that. That was super cool. Terry, nothing I can do but try to stick to a diet. Yeah, I mean, that is the best thing to do. Like, and people ask me, what is the best diet? And I say the one that you can stick to, right? The one that you can stick to for life. Mia, welcome to the stream. Thank you for those who are joining. If you have questions about what you're going through on your journey, we're here to share as a community. Alice says, how come some pharmacies can use coupon and some can't? I think it comes down to, hey, Sue, welcome to the stream. I think what it comes down to is competency level of the ability of pharmacy techs and to understand how the coupons work and how they run and how they work with insurance. And there's been so many changes, you can't fault them for not being able to keep up. But if you run into an issue and you don't think there should be an issue with a coupon, definitely change. Either ask for somebody else to help you. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, just have your prescription transferred to another pharmacy. You can do that as well. Third Coast said, Joanne, welcome to the stream. Third Coast said, what's up, Mounjaro? Berberine, chromium, picolinate, and protein help me to maintain. Very interesting. So maybe something for somebody to check out who's maybe facing a similar situation. I'm going to pin that comment over there on TikTok. Laura said, anyone else on maintenance or spacing out shots? So anecdotally, Laura, I have many people who follow my channel who are spacing out shots, and not even just on maintenance, they're actually losing weight doing that. So that's definitely a conversation with your doctor, especially if you're getting towards maintenance. But there are some who are taking their shot every 2 weeks. That is definitely happening. Again, something to make sure that you talk to your doctor about. Dante just started Ozempic this past week. Awesome. How's it treating you, Deontay? I hope really well. Samantha, I've been on Mounjaro for a while, but I have plateaued. Yeah, some of the things you can try if you plateaued is switch up your injection site. You can prioritize protein, like increase your protein intake. Try to move a little bit more. If you've been kind of doing the same exercise routine, try something new. If you keep putting your body in the same rhythm, it kind of gets used to it. So you got to try to switch things up a little bit. And also, if you've been plateaued for a long time and you can move up in dose, it might be time to have that conversation with your doctor. Third Coast has been off for 4 months and only gained 6 ounces back. That's amazing. Congratulations on that sustained success. Thank you for those who are liking and sharing the stream. And thank you all for those who are giving gifts as well. That is greatly appreciated. Always appreciated, but never expected. Holmes said, today's my first shot. Thanks for being a dude on Mounjaro. Absolutely. Carrie says she's on maintenance and have gone down to 7.5 every week, and it's been working great. Awesome. Love Mounjaro was on 5, now switching to 7.5. Yeah, if you're on semaglutide, there is an FDA recommendation. That's the 1.7 and the 2.4. Those have been approved as maintenance doses of semaglutide for weight loss. I was down 60 pounds, no shot in 6 weeks, and gained 12 pounds. Yeah, Terry, that's not uncommon. So Terry, first of all, welcome. I think you're a new subscriber to the channel. Thank you for being here. It is Terrence. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for those who are members who have joined in and liked and are contributing to the comment. But I just want to say, Terry, that the clinical trials show that it is actually very common to regain weight if you stop taking a GLP-1 medication. So you're likely going to have to be on some dose, some sort of maintenance dose to maintain. As a type 2 diabetic, what dosage did you lose the most weight on? 15. 100% 15, and I think that's across the board in the clinical trials that most people had that as well. Thank you for being here, everybody who's in the chat over on YouTube. If you have questions, super chat's the best way for me to see it on YouTube. Otherwise, especially when I'm streaming on my iPad, I just don't see most of the comments. Let's see here. Thank you for those who are following the live creator as well over on TikTok. I appreciate that. Looks like we've got some questions. Alex is new here. Welcome. Thank you for being there. Michelle was on Ozempic, but it caused me so much stomach issues I couldn't stay on it. Yeah. If you were on Ozempic, presumably you're diabetic. And if you are, talk to your doctor about Mounjaro. It tends to be across the board that people experience less of the side effects, or at least more mild side effects on Mounjaro. User 8675309 asked what I think about Rybelsus. So Rybelsus is going to be the oral version, a pill version, a daily pill version of Ozempic and Wegovy. They're all called semaglutide. So it's just a pill version. People don't lose as much weight on the pill version because it only goes up to 14 milligrams daily, but they will next year have a new version of Rybelsus comes out. Not a new version, but a higher dose that will come out. It is a 50 milligram. And people on 50 milligrams of Rybelsus, remember the highest right now is 14. This will be 50 milligrams of Rybelsus, and people lose weight that's more comparable to the Wegovy weight loss. So that'll be coming next year. So if you're on it and it's working, stay there and you'll have higher decline come this time next year. Pug, Sue the Dude says, Pug tells me to tell you that he loves you, Sue, over on YouTube. Hey, Dinosaur Monkey Farts, Kim on Mounjaro, the proprietor of the Plus Sides podcast is in the house. Thank you for being here, Kimbo. I hope you're doing well today. 50 is crazy. Yeah, potentially. It excites me. Hi from PCB. Awesome. Hello from Iowa. Third Coast said, for you newbies, slow and steady, hydrate, protein, and get your calories in. Yeah, that's awesome. Kimbo has a question. I would love to answer that, Kimbo. Alex is on 7.5 for the second month. I think my doctor wants to keep me there. Yeah, I don't understand the concept behind, if you're not diabetic, on keeping people at a certain milligram unless they're losing weight there. And then I understand not trying to titrate up too fast, not trying to move too quickly through the doses. But if your doctor is keeping you on a dose and you're not losing weight, I would push back on it a little while and say, what's the mentality, what's the logic? Because the manufacturer themselves says that as you use the medication that you should titrate up through the doses. So that's, monthly what the recommendation from the manufacturer is. So I would just, ask for clarity as to why you're not following that. They probably have their own ideas, like they know your health better than I do. So definitely, heed what they're saying, but I would get clarity as well. So how long did it take me to get up to 15? Pretty quick, because I went to the 2.5, the 5, and I skipped the 7.5 because it wasn't available. Then I went to the 10. And then I skipped the 12.5 because it wasn't available and went to the 15. So it was just a few months till I got up to the 15, and I loved the 15. I just had migraines on it. And so, such a bummer, but I had to titrate back, and I've been, kind of slowly getting back up. Life is Beautiful says, I can't get Mounjaro anymore. Please help. Yeah, so one of the things you can do is potentially look at compound pharmacies, talk to your doctor. Dinosaur Monkey Farts, Kim, I see like with Wegovy and Saxenda, but I didn't see the first part. I said, I have a question. And then as I scroll down, all I see is like Wegovy and Saxenda. So I didn't catch what the question was. I'm on Ozempic and lost 40 pounds, switched to Mounjaro, and I've gained 10 pounds back since starting. That's a bummer. But presumably you're on the lower dose of the Mounjaro. It's probably that you need to go up in dose. Just checking in over here on YouTube. Terrence said, thanks, Dave, for the Metamucil tip. Also for constipation, it helps a lot. And the Miralax, so far I haven't had any issues on the 15 milligram. Got my last shot in my box and got 2 boxes left. Awesome, dude. I'm happy for the accessibility that you have and that it's going well. So Mom Life says, needs that. I want to be able to at least use a discount. Absolutely. Dave is my doctor. He sent me a screenshot prescription. Sheesh. Don't get me in trouble. I am a pretend-ocrinologist. Pretend-ocrinologist. I am just a guy on the internet. Trying again. Haven't seen studies. Shoot, Kim, I'm not getting your question. I'm getting a lot of piecemeal stuff, but Mary, welcome to the stream. Do they go higher? Okay, so is your question, do they go higher in the 15 for the weight loss version of Mounjaro? Is that your question? So if it is, I have the same question too, because Kim, I am hoping that the weight loss version goes higher. I'm hoping beyond hope because I want it to. Oh, you're asking to join. Oh, I'm using your trick now. Hey Tay, thank you for the gifts. I was using your trick where I swiped over and it's cleaner and to see the comments, but let me Accept. All right, Kim. Kim on Mounjaro. Kim is joining us from the Plus Sides podcast. She's joining us over on YouTube or on TikTok. So I hope that she'll be able to pick up on the mic.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Kim. Hey, welcome.
Okay. I look atrocious, so I'm not.
I do too, but
I've had a very unplugged day today. It's been good.
Good.
I feel much better.
Unplugging is good.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. So with Victoza Saxenda, right? When Saxenda came to market, they came up with several higher doses, right? Because Victoza ends at 1.8,
right? And
then with Ozempic, that ended at 2, and then Wegovy went to 2.4.
Right.
So I can't help but wonder if whatever version they have come forward, whether you think it's strictly weight management, it's something rebranded,
right,
or they find a way to rebrand for something else, if they'll have higher doses.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen the studies if they even tested people higher than 15.
Yeah. So that's where I kind of get hung up on it. I've heard anecdotally everything from it goes up to 20 milligrams to it goes up to 30 milligrams. I've heard, but it's all anecdotal and just randos commenting on my stuff. It's not from anybody that knows anything, presumably. Now, what I will say is and kind of dovetailing on what you said, Kim, is that I'm skeptical that it does go higher simply because I didn't see any of that in the clinical trial data for the Surmount studies. So, I mean...
Other than what the rats got, right?
Other than the rats 50 milligrams a day, which I'm down to try.
So we know it's probably not going to go that high, at least.
It's probably not going to go to 50 milligrams a day. Although, theoretically, a human should be able to tolerate more than a tiny rat. So maybe.
Well, you would think.
Yeah. Thank you for those who are giving gifts. Thank you for joining in, Kim, and I appreciate that. I'm sorry if I was missing your question. You had taught me that little trick to swipe over.
I think they may have suppressed it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was putting MJ and WM and for weight management. I don't know. I don't know if it was suppressed or what the deal was. But you were getting the ones I wasn't saying that in, and I'm I think my comments are hidden, so that's why I was going to ask. But anyway, I don't want to bum out your life. I just was curious what you thought about that. I haven't been able to fun response to your thing because I haven't been in a fun response place.
I don't blame you at all. And actually, I saw. So I had tagged over. I did the video that I put both on TikTok and YouTube about the rebranding. It's just where my mind's been at for the last few days because there were people coming into my live saying so-and-so said it's definitely rebranding. And you and I talked about this on the Pen Live a couple weeks ago. Yeah. I think they will too. I just don't think that they should. And I think you I think you agreed with me at that time.
Yeah, but, no, I don't necessarily think they should. Well, look, if we're talking about how much money they're leaving on the table in terms of extending patent, then they should.
Yeah.
Because it's dumb to do that,
Yeah.
But I think in terms of getting it to market quickly and making as much money as possible quickly, that would make sense. But if it's the long play, which everything I've seen from them in terms of their go-to-market strategy has been the long play, it's brilliant. You know how we both agree. It's masterful. I'm thinking it's more long play and that they will rebrand. And I think that they may also rebrand for another indication later. I think when you think about Vyvanse, I think they got approved for BED as an indication, but they did not rebrand. But that is not a very expensive medication like these.
Right. And but the other thing that I will say too is they could rebrand with many other indications that they'll come out for. I don't know if you caught my video, but I did another follow-up where I think they could and should do a huge rebrand when ultimately I think it will be approved for sleep apnea treatment. And it'll be the first.
How long do you think that'll take? What do they think for?
Well, I don't know, but I would say less before the patent runs out. Because the patents are 11 years, so they'll have a chance. My point is they'll have a chance in other indications to rebrand it, and I think the biggest thing right now, in my humble opinion, is getting pens in hands, because right now their biggest competitor is Novo Nordisk, and we don't need to hash this out all right now, but
why not?
Their biggest
we got all the same people we had a little bit ago. You're good.
Novo Nordisk can't get their act together. They can't keep Wegovy in supply. So right now you have very little competition compared to the competition that you're going to face in the next 5 to 10 years. Not only from external manufacturers who are going to come after Mounjaro and have other things in the pipeline that are already showing to be better than Mounjaro, but internally with Retatrutide and orforglipron. Lilly has its own competitors to Mounjaro down the road. So it seems like now's the time to get the pens in the hands of people who can and get people to build brand loyalty and understand what a great company Lilly is. I mean, I would be going to bat really hard right now within Lilly for them to not rebrand. Even though as a marketer I hate the branding of Mounjaro, I hate the name of Mounjaro, I think
Yeah.
I think that all of it sucks, but and especially the
Shades
commercials.
he said about that the other day.
Uh-uh.
I had never even thought about it, Dave. And maybe it's just because I've only been Mounjaro a couple months. But she goes, it's like Kilimanjaro. Do you see the mountain?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, I never even noticed that before.
Yeah. Yeah. It's that's what everybody says, Kilimanjaro, which I always think like what a horrible thing to name a drug after is a mountain that exploded and that starts with the word kill.
True that. But I never even thought about it. I was like, oh, that does make some sort of sense. I mean, but I was also thinking today, like about the rebranding thing. If you come from like companies that are smaller, right? Like I've worked for small companies and I work for a multi-billion-dollar company now, but I've always worked for like small and medium companies since before this. And what I find now is that we have endless resources for rebranding.
Yeah.
While it's like quite a bit, I would say like a really big lift when you're a small and medium-sized company, like especially with legal and stuff. But Lilly's a multi-billion-dollar company. I think that they probably already have rebrands like in the pipe, things they're already doing.
Yeah.
Like probably names they signed up for 2 years ago. Because they knew this was going to happen. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's
I think that's
probably
why I feel
accurate.
like things have been so good with them is they just have endless resources.
Yeah. Yeah, they absolutely do. I mean,
and that pen, that multi-use pen, they could, if they have enough of them, right? Then they could use that for the weight loss version of Mounjaro instead of the auto injector.
100%. 100%. There's so much that we don't see. And that we're just speculating on, and it's fun. That's why I do it. That's why I tag you.
Yeah.
Like, there's very few people who have fun doing this
two
like
people.
we do.
Everybody's here chilling with us because we all,
Right. The chat keeps going. The chat. That's the great thing about the chat. And the same thing over on YouTube is like, I'll go back and watch my replays on YouTube because the great thing about YouTube is you can go watch these replays on demand. And you can watch it as the chat scrolls, and I just see like the great conversation that happens in the chat, especially over on YouTube. And a lot of it on TikTok is questions directed at me, so I either get to them or I don't. But on YouTube, especially, the conversation in the chat is very, very good. So they've just been going. They're not listening to me.
And it's not quite as fast, and it's like you have time to like respond and
think
and stuff like that. And sometimes like it's like the questions are like bam, 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 and alive on TikTok.
Right. Very hard.
It's a little harder to get to them. You feel like you're an auctioneer.
Yep. 100%. And I've learned to kind of
I'll let you get back to your live. I was just like, let me explain because obviously that question was being smushed.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I hope and know that I think I was starting to say this earlier. I'm not sure I finished my thought, but I tagged you in that video, and then like 10 minutes after I did it, I was scrolling through and I saw your video about. It sounds like you went through some jerks on a live or something, and I was like, ooh, I wish I would have just let her chill.
No,
so
it's
don't.
Totally fine.
So no, no pressure.
I'm gonna, me. I'm gonna respond back. I just.
And I'm not worried about.
A lot of people were talking really bad stuff about like my guest and my host, and I just decided it was time to like lay down boundaries because the podcast has to stay a safe space.
Yeah.
Or then how are people going to come and be vulnerable, and how are we going to make any changes happen?
100%.
So I just decided I would be a little unpopular and tell people it's just not welcome anymore.
Yeah, I appreciate what you do. We all appreciate what you do. If you appreciate what Kim does on the Plus Size Podcast, let her know in the chat. And thank you for jumping on with me today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day off.
I will. Thank you.
Thanks, Kim. Thanks for jumping on.
Have a good one.
You too. See ya. Shout out to Kim. Plus Size Podcast. Make sure you give her a follow, not only over here on TikTok, but on YouTube as well. Thanks for hanging with me while we brought in Kim to chat with her a little bit. It was so good to chat with her. It always is. She nerds out on this stuff as much as I do. But we'll get back to answering questions about Mounjaro, your journey, GLP-1 journey. If you have questions that I missed, put them in the chat here. Michelle's new to my lives. Thank you. Make sure if you're new here, you follow the live creator. Make sure you hit that like, hit that bell, hit that sub so you get notifications when we do these. We do them pretty sporadically as I have time. I'm a father of 4 kids. I work a full-time job, and I just do this as I have time. Over on YouTube, Carrie says that she was approved for bariatric surgery prior, and after 3 months of the program, they mandated that she was denied because she lost 10 pounds and was just under 300 pounds, so they offered the medication. A lot of people are taking GLP-1s to get down to an appropriate weight to be able to get their bariatric surgery, and so that's interesting to hear somebody that actually lost too much weight and now switching from the surgery focus to the GLP-1 focus. AJ, thank you for being in here. Appreciate that. Thank you all for joining and following. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel and contribute back to what I do in that way, you can become a subscriber on YouTube. Find the link in the description. It's $2.99 a month. Custom emojis, custom content is what you get over there. Over on TikTok, you can do the same by hitting the subscribe star down below, and you can see the people with the penner next to their name. They have some custom emojis, and they give back monthly to what I do to the cause, right? That helps me keep the website up where I blog, the streaming services that I use, the Canva, the Grasshopper, because we do live call-ins sometimes. So all that stuff takes money, so you're giving back to me in that way, and I really, really, really appreciate that. There's some of the custom emojis in the chat. Lil Chi had VSG and only lost 42 pounds. Now has lost an additional 40 on Mounjaro. So there you kind of see some of the magic there. Third Coast said, there are also clinical trials. Check out your clinicaltrials.gov and search under weight loss and obesity. So if you want to get involved in a clinical trial, you can go over to my YouTube channel, and in the description of all my videos, you can click a link that'll take you right to the Tirzepatide clinical trials that are seeking participants, and right to the Retatrutide trials that are seeking clinical participants right now. And so that's linked in the description of my YouTube. You can get there on TikTok by clicking the link in my bio and following my YouTube channel, and you'll find those links right in there. Am I the only person on the Retatrutide study? Pam is on the Retatrutide study that hasn't felt anything, and I think she said last time she was in here she's on the 4 milligram. So Pam is on the Retatrutide study and not feeling a whole lot. So I'm hoping that Pam did not get the placebo. DJ said, I had to get off Mounjaro, got too small. Wow, well that sounds like not a terrible problem to have. Pug on Mounjaro, don't want to grow a tail while taking Retatrutide. Third Coast has a sister on the clinical trial for Retatrutide as well. It's cool to hear from those people, so thank you for sharing some of the information. Allison said the good news, the nausea seems to be gone for now and appetite's better. What did you do to take care of that? Just out of curiosity. Jennifer on YouTube wants to know, are insurance companies approving Mounjaro for metabolic syndrome still? I think, you know, some of them are. I think you have to have your doctor really make the case for you to you know, let the insurance company know that that medication is helping you with a chronic condition. That's going to be your best bet to get it through insurance. DJ said, thanks, I tried a maintenance dose but kept losing. Awesome. Well, that's, you know, that's, you're fortunate to not need it to maintain it, sounds like. Check out clinical trial through Northwestern if you're near Chicago. That's a good pro tip there. Stacy said that she would grow a tail on Retatrutide. So thank you for being here. If you're just getting in here, make sure you hit that like button. That will really help these videos. If the more you chat and the more you like, the more it helps what we're doing here. So that's an easy, free way to give back to the stream. So thank you for those who are doing that. Hey, Kelly, welcome to the stream. Emmy from the DMV is in the house. Hey, good to have you here, my friend. It is good to have you here, who said that she has, as a provider, as a medical provider, has not seen too much success or any success with appeals for metabolic disorder and GLP-1s, which is a huge bummer because we all know that these are beneficial for those people. So yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for those who are liking, sharing, commenting. Appreciate y'all. Allison is on day 6 of her dose, so she's going to try to stretch it out to the next dose by 6 or more days, eating more protein. You're trying to stretch your dose out for what reason? Maintenance, or because you are lacking access to a refill? That would be good to know. I might have missed that in the chat. How are we doing over on YouTube? Thank you for those who have liked this stream. Thank you for those who are joining here. We've got 31 joiners over here on YouTube and 14 likes. So if you could help me out with that ratio, otherwise we're going to get drowned out over on YouTube. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that. Let's see here. We got, per the doctor, it will help reduce side effects. So for side effects, Allison's doctor has had her stretch out her shots for longer periods of time. So they're kind of playing with it a little bit. I'm glad that your doctor is willing to work with you on that and be a little bit outside of the box. I always like to hear that. Yvonne says she has a question. Shoot, Levon, let's take it. Officially, Susan says, I'm on week 8 of 10 milligram and food noise is creeping back. Switching to compound Terz next week. Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to go up to the 12.5 milligram. What are you and your doctor deciding on there? Patricia said waiting for insurance starts next month. Yeah, some insurances are adding Mounjaro to formularies for the weight loss indication already, which is imminent. We're expecting that within the next couple of months. So yeah, thank you for being here. Patricia, what do you got? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, lots of things from people with rheumatoid arthritis lately who have been taking Mounjaro, and my wife and I have talked a little bit about this. I would like to see her to get on Mounjaro because she has rheumatoid arthritis, and I think she would benefit from the reduction in inflammation that comes along with the GLP-1 medications. Robin said, my doctor says state of Mississippi is no longer allowing doctors to here to prescribe it for weight loss. Yeah, the compounds, Mississippi, I believe, is not very friendly to him. Yvonne said, how much protein do you have to take in? I'm on Trulicity and my doctor told me 45 grams of protein. I mean, your doctor is going to know you way better than anybody in the chat on the internet is going to know you, obviously. But I would just say in general, prioritizing protein is really, really important on a GLP-1 because as you lose weight, not only on a GLP-1, but with any medication or just weight loss in general, when you're losing weight, some of that is inevitably going to come from muscle mass, and you want to preserve that. You can help preserve that by eating copious amounts of protein. And so the more you can prioritize protein, the better off you're going to be for preserving muscle mass is what I've been told. And so I'm just sharing that back with you. Hopefully that is helpful for you if you can prioritize it. If it's harder for you to eat, some people have a hard time eating on GLP-1s. So get it down with Fairlife, get it down with, find some way to get that protein in. If you have kidney issues, please talk to your kidney doctor about protein and water goals. Absolutely, that's a great point, Elizabeth. If you have kidney issues, your kidneys can have a hard time processing the protein, and so that's excellent news, or excellent information to give. What helped me was protein and testosterone supplement as a male. That's what Pug on Mounjaro says. Officially, Susan said Mississippi doctors can prescribe for weight loss, but the compounds aren't available and insurance doesn't cover. Helpful. Jennifer said it helped me tremendously with my scleroderma, inflammatory arthritis, polychondritis, and inflammation in general. My body will produce too much cortisol if my inflammation is not controlled. That's very interesting, Jennifer. And you did lose access to it, right? Your doctor won't prescribe it. Man, that's so frustrating for me to hear, Jennifer. All my leg hair fell off of Mounjaro, said Robert. I know there's probably some ladies who'd be like, could that happen to me? Amy said, I cannot find Wegovy anywhere. Been searching since May when I received a prescription. Anyone else? But Wegovy's tough. I mean, it kind of goes back to the conversation Kim and I were having. Novo Nordisk sucks. They can't keep up with their supply at all. The early doses of Wegovy are in short supply through the end of the year, probably longer. So it sucks. I mean, it really does. And if you have access and can get, Ozempic or Mounjaro, talk to your doctor because the accessibility of the one isn't there. Maybe you can get something else. The TDEE calculator or Lose It app help you check your calorie goals and protein goals. Yeah, Tay, great point. The TDEE calculator is good, and the Lose It app is good, and the MyFitnessPal, those are all good and can help you set those goals. But definitely those are goals to talk to your doctor about first and foremost, even before you consult an app. Is just your doctor's going to know you better. And as somebody brought up in the chat earlier, if you have an issue with your kidneys, you definitely want to run that through your doctor. Amy 76 cents. I'm not diabetic, can't get Ozempic. Okay, yeah. So you're still trying to get that Wegovy. Maybe try an online pharmacy like Amazon Pharmacy. There's others as well. Just do a Google search for online pharmacies and see if you can get it that way. Sounds like there's just a drought of the medication in your neck of the woods, and so some areas people have had, like my cousin's on Wegovy. She hasn't had any issues getting it here in Iowa. So interesting that you had that response, Jennifer. I hope you are able to resume. Yeah, so Jennifer was seeing a lot of improvements in her chronic conditions, especially the ones that relate to inflammation in her body, and now her doctor won't prescribe it. So it's kind of frustrating for her. Love to see my husband get on a GLP-1 for obesity and heart. He's already had stents. Yeah, and Stacy, one of the things you might want to throw in his face is these studies that came out. I can't remember the name of the trials, but just in the last couple of weeks, some really great studies have come out for semaglutide in the form of the high dose of Wegovy, and those have showed better outcomes for those with heart disease, over like a 20% reduction in heart attacks and strokes for those dealing with heart disease. So semaglutide is an amazing drug, and I think it's going to extrapolate to the whole class of medications. I really do. There's also been some really good studies that have come out on liraglutide, which is Saxenda, Victoza, and just how those are helping so many other things that are beyond obesity, beyond type 2 diabetes. It's just amazing what these medications are doing, and they're stepping on a lot of toes, like we talked about sleep apnea. I've done a couple videos recently on the rebranding and kind of baked in some information about the sleep apnea trials that they're doing for Tirzepatide. You know, they're finding that these medications are curing people of sleep apnea, right? So that cascades, that affects, you know, ResMed and Medtronics and these people that are making CPAP machines. So you're gonna see these villainized more and more and more. I've been warning people about that on my channel for months and months and months, since the beginning of the year. Like, be ready for these medications to be attacked, but also be armed with information about what these medications are. They are they're polypeptides. They're long-chain amino acids that stimulate your body to make more GLP-1 hormone. And GLP-1 hormone is an incretin hormone. Incretin hormones are responsible for satiety. They're responsible for reducing the amount of glucogen that your liver makes. They help stimulate your pancreas to make more insulin when you need it, and they delay gastric emptying. They do all these things that really help people keep their sugar lows, keep people get healthier, metabolically help people to lose weight, right? So it's a very natural way to help people lose weight. Long-chain amino acid polypeptides are very, you know, safe, used for a long time. In this application, these medications have been around for a good while. Byetta, Saxenda, Victoza, these have been around for a long time. It's just we're in the next generation of these medications. There's studies on depression too, absolutely. You know, they're just finding that these GLP-1s are helping to normalize, like bring people's bodies who are out of whack back to a homeostasis, and they're finding that there's just a cascade of effects that happen in people's bodies that are just so positive. Yesterday you said something during your live and I missed it because someone was talking to me. Can I ask? Yeah, pinball. Let me know what that question was. Michelle said, I think they're only going to get better from here. I do too. I think we're still at the advent of this. If you look at Mounjaro and Tirzepatide, semaglutide, the two big ones right now, they're only getting better. Thank you for the gift, Leslie. Thank you for the gifts. For those who have given gifts, thank you so much. I appreciate each and every gift that comes my way. I've got a family of 4 kids, and I give of my time to do this because this is kind of daddy time. This is what I love to do. But when you give to me during these lives and you subscribe, become a subscriber to the channel, and give back in that way, you're helping me be a dad and provide for my family. So thank you for doing that. I really appreciate that. Emmy from the DMV, it's so good to have you back in the stream. Pinball said it was something about 5 days Ozempic, 3 days Mounjaro, or vice versa is the half-life. Yeah, so if I'm recalling correctly, the half-life of Tirzepatide is 5 days, and the half-life of semaglutide, thanks Putters, the half-life of Ozempic, Wegovy, semaglutide is 3 days. So that's the half-life of the medication. That's why I believe that, you know, you get these recommendations. I believe the recommendations for the manufacturer. Don't quote me. Check it out for yourself. But make sure that you check this out. But I think you can take semaglutide. If you're going to change your shot day, you have to wait at least 2 days. And with Mounjaro, it's at least 3 days. Thank you, Pug, for the elephant trunk. That was awesome. So the half-life is just going to be the amount of time that it takes your body to process through half the medication, right? So that's the half-life as I understand it. Did I say that correctly, Emmy? What's up, Jimmy? Hey, welcome to the stream, buddy. It's good to have you here. Thank you for those who are joining on YouTube. If you're just coming in on YouTube, make sure you hit that like, hit that bell, hit that sub. You probably already subscribed, but make sure you hit that like and the bell while you're here. If you're over on TikTok, make sure you follow the live creator. If you're interested in subscribing, becoming a subscriber and giving back in that way, get the little penner next to your name and custom emojis. Twinkleland says, Dave, can you explain again about why chills occur on Mounjaro? You said it the other night, but I missed it. Yeah, so a lot of people deal with... So the dude on YouTube just gave a $2 super chat. He said that he's starting a GoFundMe to fund my 5th child. I want to say that fund is... We're going to rename that fund to the vasectomy fund. I think 4 is enough. So chills. We get chills sometimes when we take Mounjaro, and people have chills sometimes just when they lose weight. Why is that? Okay, there's a change in hormones in your body, and really what those chills amount to is the change in the hormones in your body that kind of lead you to feel kind of chilly, right? So most people experience chills on Mounjaro when they first start the medication, and then as they dose up in dosage, your body's getting used to making more GLP-1, and your hormones are kind of regulating, and you get that kind of full chilly feeling. Yes, babe?
Can you cut up a kiwi for me?
In a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, I love you.
Love you.
Dimples RN says changing to Wegovy from 5 milligrams of Mounjaro was up to 10 milligrams a hit. Go awesome, starting 1.7 Wegovy. Thoughts? Yeah, so if you're going to 10 milligrams of Mounjaro and you're going to maintenance of semaglutide, maintenance for semaglutide that was approved by the FDA is the 1.7 and the 2.4, but that doesn't necessarily mean you want to start at 1.7 on Wegovy. It's a different medication and people tolerate it differently, and typically people have more side effects on it. So my recommendation would be to start lower and work your way up. If you start lower and on the lower doses you're maintaining, stay there, right? But if you start lower and you start gaining back, just titrate up slowly. I don't think there's any rush to jump over to the high dosages because you're not necessarily going to tolerate it well. Some people do, and that's great. If you want to follow somebody who's in the middle of that right now, you can follow Keisha Dixon. Charge Nurse Keisha Dixon. She's over here on TikTok and she's over on YouTube. She's a great follow. Super sweet gal. And she just switched from Mounjaro to Wegovy. I think she jumped right over to the 2.4, and so she's we'll see how she's doing. She did an update yesterday. Louis, I saw that you joined in. Louis, it's good to have you here, my friend. Louis is a great follow as well. Make sure you give him a follow. Pug said you can get the chills by having 3 pugs sleep next to you too. Doctor said lower doses are back order. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. So the lower doses are on back order, but not everywhere. So maybe have them write the script, and you know, if you can't get it filled, then yeah, maybe go to the 1.7. But I think it's worth trying at least, because my cousin, her husband just got on it a couple months ago. He's been able to find it just fine. So yeah, no harm in trying, right? So Louis on both TikTok and YouTube. So thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for those who have given gifts. I appreciate those gifts. Thank you for Sue the Dude over on YouTube who gave the $2 super chat as well. I appreciate that for the vasectomy fund. And I appreciate that. Yeah, you're welcome, Dimples. Thank you for asking the question. It's good. I appreciate you coming in here. Agar, hey, welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. If you are a member over on YouTube, know that I so greatly appreciate you. If you're just watching new for the first time, put an N in the chat next to your name. Let me know that you're new, and I can welcome you by name. Misty said, I've had good luck finding the lower doses of Wegovy on Amazon. So there you go, Dimples. That might be a possibility for you as well. So yeah, Cindy's going from 3.0 Saxenda to 1.7 Wegovy when the stash of Saxenda is done, down 50 pounds since late April. That's amazing. And Dion, welcome. What medication are you on? Thank you for being here. On MJ's 11 months says, Jill, love it. Gallbladder removed in May. You feel so much better. That's awesome. Congratulations on the progress. Congratulations on getting a little bit of your life back. Hey, we're over 10,000 likes on TikTok. Thank you for smashing that like button today, my friends. Thank you so much. We got 10,000 likes on TikTok. We've got 25 on YouTube. I realize it's not the same system, but thank you all for hitting the like button today. That is so appreciated. How do you get the big box of Mounjaro? There's a big box, like a 3-month supply is probably what you're talking about. You ask your doctor for a 90-day supply, and then when you go fill it, you get a 90-day supply. Sue, have been on medicine for 11 months. I'm at the 15 milligram dose now. Awesome. Jimmy has had great progress over on YouTube. Jimmy, it's good to hear from you again. Thank you for being in the live today. Happy Labor Day, everybody. I hope that you're having a great day off today. I hope none of you are working. If you're working, I hope you're not working too hard, and I hope that you're enjoying something today that you enjoy most. I enjoy my family. My little sweet daughter is sitting next to me waiting patiently for me to cut her up a kiwi. Should I take a break and cut up a kiwi for the daughter? Can we keep the live stream going if I do that for a few minutes? What's the best way to get insurance to cover costs? To be diabetic is the first thing. You got to talk to your doctor about adding obesity coverage. How much is Wegovy costing with their coupon without insurance? I think it goes down to almost, I think my cousin's getting it for free. So I'm getting yes, go cut up the kiwi. So y'all keep it going in the chat. I will be right back. I'm going to cut up the kiwi for the daughter. Don't go anywhere. Didn't you already have one of those cheats?
Yeah.
Do you have another one?
Yeah.
Hey, Albert.
I kind of wanted to do this spoon that had a kiwi
All right, Kiwi Dad. Dunzo. What did I miss? We love Mounjaro. I love Mounjaro too. We all love Mounjaro. If there are any more questions here, we will answer them. Otherwise, yeah, I'm a fast kiwi cutter upper. You cut it in half, get a spoon, dig it out, dunzo. Down 2%, juice on my phone. Catch y'all. Okay, thank you for the awesome gift that you gave up there, Stacy, and I hope you enjoy the beach, Pompano Beach. That's where I told my wife, I said, I'd love to take you to the beach, like Naples. That's one of our favorite places. It's where we had our honeymoon. I said, but we can't get there today, but I'll take you to Sam's Club. So we went to Sam's Club today. It was a delight. What do we got here? I think I should check into that. Okay, I'm just catching up with the chat here. Thank you for being here, everyone. I really appreciate you. Thank you for those who have given gifts today. Thank you for those who have liked, who have commented, who have shared. I really appreciate that. Freedom Variant wants to know if I think Lilly or Nova will lower their prices. More insurance plans will cover it. I don't think so. I think, you know, as more competition comes online, I think that's going to drive down costs. Ultimately, it'd be very interesting to see where Lilly prices Mounjaro for weight loss versus where Wegovy's at, because obviously we know that Wegovy is quite a bit more expensive than is Mounjaro. So I would imagine the weight loss version, they're going to want to come in close to what Wegovy is. But does Wegovy drive down the price of Mounjaro, or, you know, we'll see. But that's what we got for today, folks. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being the best part of what I do here at Mandolin Mounjaro. I greatly appreciate you. You are so helpful to me in my journey. You guys are keeping me excited about my journey, even when it's not going maybe the way I want it to sometimes. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Sorry, I got a phone call coming in. But we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for joining here. I appreciate y'all. We'll catch you on the next one.